Spoiler alert, this game's amazing.
Join the fight. Join the fight. With the elite, older gamers shining bright.
Hello everyone, it's your elite older gamer, the OG, and a retrospective review today of Street Fighter 4. Now why? And why have you opened with an intro like that? Well, you know there's a bit of a Street Fighter 2 geekness going on here, okay? Check out what we got going on there. Capcom and Street Fighter related title homage, some Nintendo original cases, and the boxes behind me. It's patently obvious that we're a Street Fighter fan. However, if you're a regular subscriber here, you know the whole point of the channel, well, a large bulk of it, and the background was that I took a long hiatus from gaming. So loads of legendary titles passed me by just because I wasn't around to play them. And one of them was Street Fighter 4. On display in the Street Fighter section in the small cabinet there. Right, Street Fighter 4. Let's have a look and why it's awesome. So I'm going to share my screen. So, you got arcade mode, which is what it is. Versus Xbox Live. Let's have a look in there. Now, I'll come on to that specifically in a minute. Player match, rank match, and what I've found, okay? Challenge mode, which is a group of challenges. Time attack, survival, trials. I'll tell you about right there what it is. Training is what it says on the tin. It is training. So, you know, show you combos, hitboxes, all that kind of stuff. Player data, that's quite a nice touch. So how long have I played? Is that 11 minutes? Or is that 11 hours? It's got to be hours, isn't it? Surely. Maybe not. Yeah, it's got to be actually. I don't know. Anyway, there's some stuff there. Character record. You can see who I pick. Of course I only picked the man. What are you talking about? Frequency of use. That's quite cool. Medal list. One for another day. And leaderboards. Okay, which has been there forever and a day. Right. Gallery. You go. You got some nice things in here. Some artworks. Obviously, I haven't unlocked all these yet, you know, because I haven't played much. So you can see I am brand new to the game. Stages, just what you unlock. Nice imagery there. Official, characters, etc. Credits, if you've completed it, that will come up, which obviously I have, so we're not going to go through them today. And then movies, specials, well, that's the intro sequence. Nice to have that. Endings, I've only got one, as you can see. Prologues, that's just the story for the individual. So, you know, nice. Stick some gameplay up as we're talking. So, why is this game so good? Well, I'm going to explain why. First of all, let's go into the Xbox Live battle bit. There is still stacks of people online. Couldn't believe it. This game's nearly 20 years old. I think it's 2008-9 this came out. There's still tons of people online. And this one is crossplay. In 2008, Capcom, and that one's not. What are you doing? Seriously. No wonder that game's dying. No crossplay. What a joke. But anyway, on this, it is. And there's still people on there. Couldn't believe it. I was like, no one's going to be online, are they? Yes, they are. Epic. And lots of them at that. The only downside is, if you are looking to compete online, and, you know, I wouldn't say necessarily go up to the top of the rankings on a 20-year-old game, but have good games. The only people you're going to get real left are the true fans, or those with real true skill. So basically nearly everyone you fight is going to be a very good to excellent player at this game. You will get the occasional newbie like me, but look, I got a Street Fighter and beat 'em up fighting game background, so I can hold my own until I learn, which I still am in the acquisition phase of this game, what you need to do. So that's something to bear in mind, that you might get wiped a lot online and thinking, I'm not playing this anymore. Now you'll get there, do you know what I mean? I kind of hold my own online, win some, lose some, it is what it is. I've only been playing, what, 11 hours total? So we're not going to stress about it, okay? Player match is just you can get in lobbies with people and play. Ranked match, you'll have one match and then it will swing around to another one. Lag is an issue on this, like massively, but it is probably a very old unmonitored server, so they're not going to put updates on it, are they? You know, so yeah, lag's an issue to this current day as it is in 2025, but you know, it holds up. The gameplay, let's go into that. The gameplay is just so smooth and tremendous, and the kind of focus attack button they added It is just brilliant. I haven't got into the depths of that yet, like, you know, using the button halfway versus its full potential, but it's so smooth. Things like dragon punches and Hadoukens, and if you struggle with them, because some, you know, casual players can at points, it feels so smooth to pull them out. And it's quite basic. You know, you have a focus attack, and then if it's fully charged and hit it, you've got a split second to do what you want to do, because you've got a dazed opponent for a minute. Now for me, this is where fighting games especially, and this is just personal opinion, you might disagree with this, but this is where they are so tremendous, and they really should have tried to stick in this ilk. Let me explain. There's not too much to this, but you can still pull off large combos. Now that will take skill, practice and expertise, but you still can. And you've essentially got your normal Street Fighter stuff, with a few more bits added, but also the focus attack mode and a special and an ultra finish. Now, as games progress, I don't know why, but it's like creators think, it seems, or developers think, we have to focus on combos and putting in layers on top of layers on top of layers. And that's where you get games, fighting games specifically, over the last few years where they're excellent and they're an excellent step, and if you're into fighting games you'll love them. Take your latest Mortal Kombats, where you always pick in twos, you know, and have the cameo role. Yes, it's tremendous, and I know there's other games with cameo roles, but it's so complex to learn the layers of that game and become proficient at that game. For new casual players I'm talking about, learning cameos is so difficult for some people. Then you've got 2 players you have to learn as opposed to 1 for your main, you know. Even in the newest Street Fighters, there's more you can do, but this was just your normal Street Fighter rules. Remember when it was so simple back in the day? You both have a fight, you see who comes out on top. Focus attack is not that complex to put a layer on top of a normal game, and then your supers and specials are also very easy. The inputs aren't too bad. This game's tremendous, and I can see that looking back. 6 is more akin to 4 than 5, I would think, as in Street Fighters, and a lot of, you know, inspiration for 6 was probably taken from this game. It's tremendously smooth. The visuals are good for its time. Remember, it's 2008. It's just a tremendous game that holds up, and Ryu still holds his own. I think he's been nerfed as the game goes a little bit. He's been nerfed over time and slightly become down the ranks a little bit. Introduced a lot of new characters, a lot of new moves for some people, but like Ryu and Ken's core remains the same. Blanka seems a little nerfed in this as well. Good! Can't be dealing with annoying Blankas. But anyway, look, it's tremendous. And if you play this on any platform, you want a game, I'll play. You know, I'm at the point where I don't mind if I lose 10 in a row. You've seen that from streaming. If you watch any of the streams, then I'll you know, play anyone. Don't care. Can lose 10 in a row, can win 10 in a row. Do not care. I'm still learning the ins and outs of this game. But overall, this game is an absolutely awesome. Still holds up in 2025. It's not all about visuals and graphics. This game is brilliant. And being a Street Fighter fan that I am, it holds up with some of the titles that I still play. You would see Capcom versus SNK streaming a lot, but unfortunately I am in the Xbox world right now. I've always been Xbox. There's hardly any players on that game. Believe it or not, there's more on this than that for me, which is such a shame, but it is life. So I've trying to try some old games and try some other stuff, and this, I seem to get fights quite quick, which is staggering for a game so old. Now there's lots of things that I can't unlock because it's so old, and the store doesn't work properly from 20 years ago. Plus I'm not playing some of them prices, you know, on Xbox, but that's for a topic for a different conversation. Overall, the narrative here is Street Fighter 4. How good was this game? Absolutely tremendous. Going to play it a bit more, enjoy playing it like I do any Street Fighter game. But certainly until Mortal Kombat Legacy comes out, we'll be playing a bit of this game. That's it for this one. Take care. Bye bye.